You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White sports fans, we're going to be talking about LeBron James once again. We know yesterday that 10 NBA executives cast their vote for the best player in the NBA. And LeBron James received 0 votes because these 10 NBA executives believe that he is no longer the best player in the NBA. Now, the vote was split 5-5 for Giannis and Kevin Durant. These executives believe that they are the 2 best players in the league, and LeBron James was triggered by this. And I'm not surprised because LeBron James really is a crybaby. He couldn't just let his play on the court just dictate if he is the best player or not. He had to go out there. He had to be vocal on Twitter because I guess he believes that Twitter is reality when it is not reality. And him having a temper tantrum on Twitter really means nothing. But guys, I'm pretty sure when we found out this information, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys were actually waiting on Skip Bayless to weigh in on this because Skip Bayless is the biggest critic of LeBron James. He has been criticizing LeBron James dating all the way back to 2003 when LeBron James was drafted number 1 overall in the NBA draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Skip Bayless is not a fan of one LeBron James. He believes that LeBron is just a bit fraud on the basketball court and that he will never ever be the GOAT. But LeBron James wants you to believe that he is the GOAT, and he calls himself the king. And of course, Skip Bayless doesn't believe that LeBron James is the king of anything, and he has now roasted LeBron James for thinking that he is still the best player on the planet or has a case to be the best player on the planet. So let's dive into this, guys. Skip Bayless roasts LeBron James for receiving 0 votes in a recent best player poll. What exactly is he the king of? That is the words of Skip Bayless right there. And we're going to be diving into this tweet that Skip Bayless actually put out. Now, like I said before, Skip Bayless has been crucifying LeBron James for many, many years now, almost 2 decades. But however, Skip Bayless has offered LeBron a seat across the table from him to debate him on his status as an all-time great player or just a generally good player overall. And LeBron James has never took him up on that. LeBron James, I believe LeBron is really afraid to actually debate Skip face-to-face. He's avoided Skip Bayless. LeBron James really only talks to people in the media in these one-on-one interviews that actually agree with him. I've noticed that he has avoided Skip Bayless throughout his whole entire career. But this is what Skip Bayless had actually put out yesterday. He said, no surprise LeBron got 0 votes in the best player poll. What exactly is he the king of? No, the surprise was that Kevin Durant didn't get all 10 best player votes instead of splitting with Giannis. KD outplayed Giannis head-to-head. Hashtag the best player on the planet. Now, Skip has been under the belief that KD has been the best player on the planet for roughly, I would say, the last 4 years, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. He believes that KD is the best player, and we know that KD put on a show against the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference playoffs, but he did come up short. But in that final game, KD at the end, he ran out of gas, but man, he was dominant in that series. But Giannis has a huge case for the best player on the planet because this dude was historic in the NBA Finals. And that's where it all counts. And he's already a 2-time MVP himself. And then Skip Bayless, he continues on here. And this is just as of like 40 minutes ago. He tweets out, how can you be surprised that LeBron got 0 votes for best player? His 3-point and free throw shooting was horrendously bad. He fell apart down the stretch. He fell apart against Phoenix. When he lost AD in the playoffs, LeBron wasn't able to save the day. And we know LeBron James is about to be 37 years old at the end of this year. Age is catching up to him. And we know that LeBron James got triggered by people in the media, mainly criticizing the age of the Lakers. The man is super duper sensitive. Maybe if he stopped tweeting and reacting, getting all caught up in his feelings, getting his panties in a wad, maybe people would back off a little bit. But he is just so sensitive at just the least amount of criticism. To LeBron, you cannot question him. You cannot criticize him. If somebody says, hey, you're not the best player in the NBA anymore, just say, all right, I'll just let my play do all the talking. But no, LeBron James doesn't do that. He has to get triggered and jump on Twitter because he thinks that his opinion has a lot of weight on Twitter. But when it comes down to it at the end of the day, LeBron, you fell apart. Your body fell apart second half of the season. You got into the playoffs. You didn't look the same. Anthony Davis was down, and you cannot carry your team out of the first round of the playoffs. And it was clear as day, no doubt about it. Kevin Durant had a much better playoffs run than you, and Giannis clearly was the best player in the playoffs. You're aging. It happens. You're not Tom Brady either. Tom Brady is an anomaly, okay? He's an anomaly. Different sport too, by the way. But what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of Skip Bayless laying the smack down on one LeBron James, asking, what is he the king of? He's not the king of the West anymore. I don't expect his super old team to get to the NBA Finals. I don't. On paper, you may be thinking, yeah, this team looks pretty good. But they are super duper old. They're averaging like 32 years of age. And the youngest player, the youngest star player on the team, Anthony Davis, 28 years old, can never stay healthy. But I'm not surprised Skip Bayless came out and crushed LeBron James. We expected him to do this, so it's not a surprise to me. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.